If you've never seen my face before, I'm April Christine. Hey y'all! For today's video, I don't know where I am. I don't know if I'm in my comfy little area on YouTube, or if I'm on Instagram, or if I'm on Facebook, or if I'm on all three. But for today, we are going to be teaching you how I set up my iOS 14 home screen. I know there's a lot of videos like this going around on YouTube, so mine is going to be very in-depth. For those of you who don't understand the fast lingo, you know what I mean? I have pre-downloaded all of the apps that I'm going to be using in this video. I popped it up on my Facebook. I will pop it up here. Feel free to pause, feel free to screenshot. I'll wait. Are you done? Just screenshot it. It'll be there when you go check your photos. Okay, these are all of the apps that I use to set up my home screen. All of these are free apps. I'm going to be turning on the screen record on my phone. That way you can see exactly what I'm doing and I'll pop it up on the screen. If this is on Instagram, feel free to save it. That actually helps me a lot when you save my videos or any of my photos. Save it. That way you can access it later. I kind of was skeptical about this living on Instagram just because I know it's going to be hard for you to access and do your phone at the same time. So this might be on YouTube. If it's on YouTube, you can absolutely save to your watch later as well. This is something I don't recommend you doing during a busy day, while you're at work, while you're on your 15-minute lunch break. It is going to take a while, so be patient. This is something you save for after work. That's why I'm hoping to get this up Tuesday night before the work day's over. In your downtime, I want you to be able to customize your own phone and then send me all the screenshots of what you came up with. As you can see here, this is my home screen. On my home screen, I know a lot of people have like just aesthetic, cute, flower, floral, plain backgrounds, but I just had a wedding and I love how cohesive all of my pictures are from my wedding, so I used this opportunity to go ahead and use those on my home screen as my apps. The reason that I have the "It Starts With a Dream" on there is because I have a dreamer tattoo. Nelson Mandela has a famous quote that says, "A winner is a dreamer that never gives up." So that's the meaning behind my tattoo. But I also put that on here because we're trying to pursue a YouTube career. Also, if you're on Instagram, I do have a little channel on YouTube that I'm trying to grow. Check out my YouTube. If we're on YouTube, subscribe, please. It helps me so much. But that's on there because I didn't like the way that some people have like their top widget and then like a bunch of apps and then their bottom widgets, because it just looked too crowded for me, for my liking. So I threw those in there to kind of break it up a little bit. Honestly, I don't ever use my home screen apps anymore. And that's just because if you do this is just fair warning, it is going to take a long time to set up, depending on what you want and how you want it to look. Second, if you want customized apps on your home screen with whatever photo you choose or whatever aesthetic you're going for, it's then going to take you to shortcuts first and then into the app. So I'll show you that real quick. And so the way I set mine up is my Instagram cube. It's the same picture as my profile on Instagram. Facebook, it's the same profile picture as my Facebook. So that way I know where I'm going. So I'm going to open my Instagram, and here it's going to take you to shortcuts, but then it just jumps you right into Instagram. That's one thing that people are not liking, is that it takes you to shortcuts first, but then it does jump you right into Instagram. It's like 2 seconds, and then it pops you over. So, I mean, it is slightly inconvenient, but I really don't mind it. Also, another thing to note with when you do change your pictures on your apps, you're no longer going to be getting the little number in the corner with how many notifications you have. So if that's how you go by what you need to check, like if you see your Facebook and it says 7 or it has a number up there in that little red circle, that is no longer going to be there when you customize your apps. So that's something to consider. What I've been doing is I've just been sliding over to the apps. I will click this little 4 squares at the bottom and it opens up everything, and there you can see how many notifications you have in your different apps. So that's just what I've been doing. That's what's been working for me. Other than that, we're gonna start customizing. So I'm just going to redo basically my screen that I have. I'm just going to redo that for you guys on a new screen. That way you can see exactly everything that I did. So let's get started. The 4 apps that I told you to download are Canva. Canva is a wonderful app that I personally pay for, but I use it all the time. I use it for my YouTube thumbnails. Anytime you see any kind of text or pictures or anything like that inserted in my YouTube videos, I made it in Canva. Some of my Instagram posts or my Instagram stories, they have templates for literally everything. I will make it on Canva and then just put it on Instagram or Facebook. It's free. You can do more when you pay for it, but because I use it so much, I pay for it. But for this purpose, for customizing your phone, you won't have to pay for it. You can change fonts, you can do all kinds of things. So yeah, I really love Canva. So then after that is color widget. So the banner at the top of my screen, I used color widget to get that widget. So if you need to know what a widget is, a widget is just a box on your screen that you customize, whether it be a picture or a widget that you can open. You can open like the weather one and it'll take you to the weather, but it shows you like a shortcut on the screen. Mine, I just have the time, the date on that one is the one that I used a picture for. So for that, I used color widget, but that's the only widget on my phone that I used color widget for because they only have that specific one. They don't have a bunch of different widgets. So for a bunch of different widgets, that's why I put Widgetsmith on here, which is the one that everybody's talking about. And in that one, you can have small, medium, large widgets, and they can be text, they can be photos, they can be, you know, the date and time, they can be a calendar, they can be all of these different things. So with Widgetsmith, they give you options as far as which widgets you want on your home screen, but they don't let you customize the backgrounds with photos. So that's why I used color widget to customize my background with the photo. And then I used Widgetsmith for the, it starts with a drink. And then the last app you're going to need is installed on most Apple products unless you uninstalled it because you didn't know what it was, but it's Shortcuts. So you're also going to need Shortcuts because that's what's going to allow you to change the cover on your apps to a photo or something that you want it to be. After you've downloaded these 4 apps, you can pause here, download, and then come back. I will timestamp everything underneath this video. That way you know exactly where you need to go to get what. Now that all of that is explained, let's start screen recording. So if you hold anything down, you can then tap the 2 circles at the bottom and that will open up all of your screens. So as you can see here, I have 4 screens. I hid 2 of the bottom ones just because I didn't know how I was going to like this new setup, and also I want to be able to unhide them for like when Liliana has my phone, because another thing about this is you're going to be the only one that knows how to navigate your phone, especially if you change the covers on your apps. So I wanted to keep those just in case, but I'm going to be able to visibly see the other one. So I'm going to click at the bottom, I'm going to check the circle underneath it, that way I know I'll be able to see it, and then I'm going to hit done. After I do that, I'll be able to slide over and see the screen that I just allowed myself to see. So on here, that's where I'm going to redo what I just did. So first I went over to color widget and I opened color widget, and when I did that, they have a bunch of different options that you can choose from. I picked the one that I liked, which was just a basic one, but any of these backgrounds you're able to customize. Okay, so on color widget, I'm going to just pick the one that I chose. So then I'm going to go to edit widget, and then once I'm there, it shows you the small one, the medium, and the large one. It's up to you, whatever you want to do, but I chose the medium one just because it matched the best. In this app, it allows you to pick how you want the background of it, and then it allows you to choose the color of the theme. So my theme was just a neutral color, and then you can go through the fonts and change the fonts here. I winded up changing this later because of the picture that I used. I wanted the font to be more condensed, so that's why I went with the font that I went with. And then you can upload a background photo. So I just went to my photos that I had, and then I went to my favorites because that's where all my wedding photos live, and I picked the one that I picked of Liliana and I, and so that's how I did that. So then I just set the widget, and then after you set the widget, you can just go back, and then you can go back to your home screen, and then you're just going to hit the little plus sign at the top of the screen, and you're going to search for your widget. So you're going to go to the app that you just went to create that widget, you're going to touch it, and then it's going to let you pick whichever one you want on there. I use the medium one, so that's the one that we're going to go with, and I'm going to add the widget, and then it's there. That's how I did my top widget. So I'm going to take you into how I did my apps now. So you're going to go to shortcuts, and on here you can see that I have all of the apps that I've already shortcutted. So my messages, my calls, my photos, my Gmails, Visco I use a lot to edit my photos for Instagram or edit some of my footage for YouTube. Hike is an app that I talk to one of my best friends on. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff. As you can see here, I've already set the shortcut, but let me go ahead and make a shortcut for you. Once you go into shortcuts, I'm going to open it, and then I'm going to hit the plus sign at the top right corner. Once I hit that, it's going to allow me to add an action. Once you've opened that, you're going to hit the little X, and that's scripting. In the scripting app, it's going to just open an app for you, which is all I wanted mine to do. You can set it to message a certain person, you can set it to Google a certain thing, you can set it to do a certain action within an app, but I just want it to open my app for me. So I'm going to add an action. I'm going to hit the top one, open app, and when I do that, I'm going to choose an app. And let's do Be My Eyes. Be My Eyes is a different app that we'll touch in a later subject, but I absolutely love it. Check into it if you're curious. So I'm going to do Be My Eyes, and I'm just going to title it Eyes, and then it's made. So after it's made, I'm going to hit the little 3 dots at the top right corner of that shortcut. I'm going to hit the share button at the bottom. After I do that, I'm going to hit add to home screen, and then once it's highlighted in the little blue box, you're going to hit the little blue box. It's going to say choose a photo. So then again, I'm going back to my wedding photos, and I will just use this random one of the girls, and then you will fit it to match the cube, and then you hit choose and then add, and that's it. Then you go done, and then you can go back home, and it's there. The thing about it too is it's going to align it in order, and then you can fix the order later. That's the eyes one, and then again, if you open it, it's going to take you right to shortcuts, but then it's going to just open the app. So it's up to you if you like that or not, or if it bothers you. It doesn't bother me. Let's get to the fun stuff. That is fun stuff, but I had a really good time doing the Canva on my phone. So what I did was I opened Canva, and I just made it the size of an Instagram post because I know it's pretty small. It's going to want you to create a login, so just do that. And then after you do that, I just hit Instagram post. So as you can see, it has some presets for you. Whatever preset you like, click that. If you have an idea and you know where you want to take this in your mind, then just go to a blank document. But I'm going to open the one that I used, which is this Begin Anywhere one. And then all you do is you're going to touch it. And I wanted the begin to be gone because I just wanted the plain cursive. I wanted mine to be pretty minimal. And then on Anywhere, you're just going to type whatever you want. Here, I'm going to plug my Instagram, April Christine, and that's what we're going to go with. And then I'm going to save that in the top right-hand corner, save as image, and it's going to download that for me. Again, they have all kinds of fonts in here. They have all kinds of, you can make it neon if you want to. They have a bunch of presets in here that you can play with the text. So I'll show you really quick. See on the text, they have all of these that you can play with. Good vibes, I love you, happy birthday. Like all of these things, they have preset if those are something you want to use. If you don't want to use any of these, you don't have to. You can just make your own. But whatever vibe you're going for, they have it there for you. So after I did that, that's when I went to Widgetsmith. So in Widgetsmith, as you can see, I have my small, and this is where I made what I made. They have medium ones, and then they have large ones. So what I did is I went to add a small widget. We're going to do this from scratch. So I'm going to hit that. I'm going to hit it again, and then you can pick whatever you want your widget to be. And because I already pre-made everything in Canva, all I have to do is go to photo. I'm going to touch photo, and then it's going to allow me to select a photo. So underneath it says choose photo. I'm just going to choose the one that I had made in Canva, and then that's it. It's made. So then I'm going back to my home screen, and I'm going to make it jiggle or whatever. And then I'm going to add the small widget that I just created. So again, going back to add a widget, find the app that you just used to do it, Widgetsmith. You're going to select small widget because that's the one that you made. If you made a medium one, you'll select medium. If you made a large one, you'll select large, but I wanted mine to be small, so I'm going to add widget. And as you can see here, it didn't save the one that I wanted it to save. It does that a lot actually. So you're just going to hold it down again, and then you're going to select edit widget. And then once you do that, you're going to make sure it's on the one that you wanted, and then you'll go back and it should change. So there you go, mine changed for me. And that's all I did, you guys. And then I just smoothed things around to where I wanted it. So at the bottom, I just did the same thing, went to Canva, created the shortcuts for all of these things. So those are the only 4 apps that I used, and it was all free apps. Like I said, I find myself hardly using my home screen. Let's be honest, I don't hardly ever use it anymore, but because I can't see my notifications. So if I'm just doing something really quick, I will use it, and it's going to take me a little while to get used to. But other than that, I just go over to the app library and I just open everything up, and I can see everything there. So it's really not that big of a deal. If you have any questions, let me know. I wanted to slow this down for you guys. I wanted to give you all the information that you needed. Again, save this video wherever it is living. Check out my YouTube channel if you're not watching me on YouTube already. We're doing really well over there. Tomorrow, Wednesday, 3 p.m. I always upload Wednesday at 3 p.m. I will have a new fall video up on my channel, so go ahead and check that out. Share this with a friend. If you know a friend who's struggling to figure out the widgets, share it on your page. That way everybody can get cute home screens. I've seen people do like pages and pages and pages of this stuff, so if that's your thing, absolutely do that. But yeah, make it your own, and then send me whatever you come up with, because I'm excited to see what you guys have. Follow me on my socials. These are my socials. This is where you can find me on the internet, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! If you can hear Camila, she's supposed to be taking a nap. Sorry if I'm off-centered. Ow!